Comrades, I am Admiral Andre and welcome to episode 31 of Realpolitiks. We are in the final stretch now and the war continues with the United States. I'm just continuing the recording on now from the last episode because I really want to know what happens. I'm very curious about this and I don't want to wait any longer, so I'm going to just continue with this next episode. So let's have a look. What's happening here now? We are in somewhat of an advantage here against the US. We've managed to claw out 38%. I'm wondering now, will it be possible to at all make peace? Not that I want to right now. I'm just curious to see how much action points we will need when it comes time for that, if anything. Let's have a look. Acquire provinces. What will that take? Let's take the Deep South as an example. 49% score. So we're almost there actually. I'm not going to ask for that now. I just wanted to see how much we'll need. It doesn't say anything about action points, so hopefully we'll be able to propose that. I think let's fight on and see if we can at least get that 49, and then I'll propose peace. I don't think it's in anyone's interest to continue fighting indefinitely, but we must win. There is no question about that. So what's our next move? Everything is low at the moment, which is very strange. It's because of the, that penalty now that we've suffered due to the spy action. And I still don't think there's anything we can do to somehow limit the US. We can do the army morale, but again it takes almost 10,000 action points. That one takes over 12. So we just don't have it. I think therefore the most reasonable course of action will be to ambush them now for a while. We've got either elastic defense or ambush. It depends where we want to put our advantage. With the armor, it's the same, but the other is with the infantry or with the aircraft. Now we still have a decisive lead with both, so I think to nullify the advantage of the US, let's do a counter ambush. Just in the areas that we've managed to get a foothold so far. So I'm just going to close this for now. Let's have a look at the rest of the world. Nationalist movements in Azerbaijan. So they've gained Tabriz as a core province. And an ally coup. One of our bloc members' political system is different from ours. We could try to overthrow their government and install someone who thinks more like us. No, not at the moment. Oh dear, I know we lost a bit of score now, but it's not something we can do at the moment. That gap is going to be too big to cross in 9 years, I think. Oh well. Jordan is losing against Mashriq, so now they're upset because they lost Baghdad. Now they want to get something else. India and Pakistan, it's 0, so we can't say who's winning yet. It's too early. Nothing in Africa. No one wants to help us with this war. Greece is bankrupt. I don't think Pakistan will do much because they always bankrupt, so India will probably win this one. I think, maybe. Peace treaty between East and West Yugoslavia. I don't see any border changes, so it's probably just a government change. Which is also a valid option for us to try against the US, because right now we're not getting anywhere. Is there any way that we can see the penalties that we've got against us right now? Doesn't look like it. Maybe we should try getting some more units. Harsh weather. Oh my good grief. Bad weather is ruining our plans for the big offensive. We could try to push ahead anyway, but it will cost us dearly. On the other hand, we can't allow ourselves to be defeated by nature. No, we have to learn from history. And if it's a harsh weather, and especially a harsh winter, we don't do it. We wait. There'll be another chance soon. We have low unhappiness, so I'm not concerned about that. Let's get 38 more tanks. So yes, now Mexico would be the time for you to help us. I'm sure you want to reclaim the north of Mexico. peace treaty between Russia and us has expired now, so they might try again. Okay, that's Pakistan and India. It doesn't involve us. Now the thing is, I'd like to wait until this Pakistan is bankrupt. This modifier now against our army that the spy action caused, I wonder how long it will take to actually go away. Because it's now going to be very difficult for us to make a breakthrough while it's active. What other negotiations are there? Demilitarize, they'll never go for that. Political victory takes 70 scores, so it's even more expensive than taking territory. Liberation, maybe. Close their nuclear program, we're almost at that position now. 101 score goes down for the US. You see, this won't really make a difference for the final score. Oh well. Now I think we'll just wait a little while and then we'll try another offensive. Just wait for the new tanks to arrive. Sudan is bankrupt. That's also good actually, because that means they won't try to get South Sudan back right now. Bloc of South Africa and Russia. Hey, wait a minute, stop that. I closed it here at the top now, but there, South Africa joined the UN Security Council. And, okay, the clock went on, but I want to know, who did we replace? That happened very fast. Hold on. Well, not in the span of the game, but since we checked last time. I think Brazil was here, so we've just kicked them out. Maybe as part of this war we somehow, I don't know, damage the US or something, and I'm not sure, but in any case, we're part of the club now. So officially we are a great power. Let's see, is there anything we can actually do with this new power? Anti-warmonger, attack approval. We could have gotten attack approval against the US maybe. Armaments reduction, support minorities, dirty tax, vaccination. Financial, no. Dirty fossil fuels. That could be something. We're doing the green energy. What I'd still like to see in this game is a better way to find out more about the projects that other countries have active. Like, for example, does the US have the Star Wars project? We can't find that out anywhere. This doesn't tell us that, I think. No, it's just maintenance for things, but I think that's for us. And there's no other way to figure that out. So, for example, now I don't know if they have fossil fuels. It sounds reasonable to assume that given the way things are going right now. I don't know, at least we get the nanotechnology and we can get that decoy thing. So it's actually a good reason to have waited. Where is that now? False target. Of course we don't have action points. Luckily it won't take too long to get that. So do we just do nothing right now? I guess so. Oh well. Just wait for action points to generate. I think we have to make another offensive here. Because right now we're just sitting and looking at each other. Is the military ready yet? No. Okay, we'll wait for that. What an interesting time. Certainly the US is putting up a good resistance there. Someone conducted nuclear sabotage against our country. We can guess who that was. It doesn't matter because we can't even use these nuclear weapons at the moment. So yes, it seems like the US has a lot of action points at its disposal. I don't want to hand it over to the computer at this point. I'm not sure what will happen then. If they'll actually make peace, for example. Hopefully not. Jordan is completely losing against Mashriq. So eventually someone, probably us, will have to do something about that again. Let's just get the new reinforcements into the fight. So armor, aircraft and navy for some reason. Okay, I think let's continue. Let's resign the ambush and see if we can't get a break somewhere. At least some of these are equal now again. Focal points, attacks, pursuit, breakthrough is high. Based on the number of units and modifiers. And deadliness is low, so we won't lose many. Let's just keep trying that. South Africa versus United States. The showdown of the century. I think we might... Oh dear. That's India again. No, not a problem. I think we have enough action points now. Where is that stealth thing? Yes, false target. Again, though, it doesn't give us anything. It generates a return signal on enemy radar frequency to give erroneous position information. But now, that doesn't translate into a direct advantage. It's just score. Then we should rather go for... Oh, that's why we wanted it, for the commandos. Okay, do it. Come on, Texas. We're in Texas now. And we're losing. Yes. Mashriq has the worst warmonger level. I think they probably took over. Yep, they did. Jordan doesn't exist anymore. So where are the other Arab countries to do something about that? Try the frontal advance again, even though it's very costly. There's nothing we can do now. Lost immediately. Try the air supremacy. We're just trying anything. Total annihilation. Oh man. I didn't expect it to go this bad. Airstrike. Try the airstrike again. War between France and Europea. So yes, the world is collapsing all around us. This is the Third World War, even though it's now just a series of unconnected conflicts. India, Pakistan, France and Germany, South Africa and the US, and of course Mashriq doing its thing. And we lost, even though we had a high chance of success. Try again. Pacifist demonstrations. Pacifists have taken to the streets in a number of huge marches against the war. What should we do? If we say nothing, our militarism will go down. Send in the riot squad and beat some fighting spirit into them. Do that then. If we lose militarism now, we'll lose unit capacity, and we can't afford that. What do we need? We don't need navy. I think we need more aircraft. Get 32 more. At least if we can clear the skies, that will help. Come on, it's gotta go our way sooner or later. At least we're getting a lot of money. Come on. Lost again. We might have met our match. Try the breakthrough again. What's happening in the UN? Can we vote finally? Looks like it. Microloans. Yes, so if we don't vote, we're automatically against something. Start a global fundraiser for easily obtainable microloans to fight poverty, and it's the Japanese that initiated this. I think we'll try and support it. Right now it's pretty much down the middle, so why not? We'll do something nice for the world. That should mean that it passes. Come on, where's the thing? There we go. 38%. Don't know if we can do much with 38%. That's the problem. If we could get something out of them for that, that would be okay. Let's just have a look. Is all the territory valued the same? Peace negotiations and say acquire province, and let's have a look. Maybe there's a cheap one we could get. What about Alaska? 28%. Maybe we should just take Alaska and be done with it. What if we take the north of Mexico? 37%. Not that I want the north of Mexico. Texas is 58. Of course, they'll never give that. Or California and the West Coast. So they actually value Texas more than the West Coast. What about New York? East Coast. East Coast is worth less than Texas. New England, 29%. So they're willing to give New England up, but they're not willing to give the Deep South up. And the Deep South is worth more than New York and Pennsylvania, and it looks like Virginia. That's interesting, though. Maybe we should just take Massachusetts and Maine and Vermont and those places and be done with it. Let's do it. I think so. Doesn't look like we're getting anywhere except, with more and more losses. And it's not that we have to take the Deep South. What if we take Mississippi? 48% for Mississippi, but it's the same as the West Coast. But for the East Coast, you just say 37%. We could even take that. Take New York. Okay, let's do that. Confirm. I'll ask them. Accepted. So they're willing to give up New York, but they're not willing to give up Florida. That, go figure. Anyway, it's done. Did we get anything really out of that? But they were very eager to settle this war. So obviously they had a lot of losses themselves. Score didn't really move. Maybe a little bit. Oh well, doesn't matter. We'll still come out winners given how how we started this game and where we will end it. East Coast. So it looks like we'll get Virginia. We'll get, I don't know if this is now West Virginia maybe, and Ohio and Pennsylvania and New York State. Yeah, it looks, and Delaware and New Jersey as well. So they're willing to give all of that up, but not Alabama and, Florida. Yeah, interesting. Can we do anything with this now? We're now technically essentially we're moving to an authoritarian or totalitarian government, not even authoritarian. Officially we're still 44, so we're still just under that, but we'll soon be totalitarian, probably because we beat down the pacifists. We'll have to do something about that. My biggest concern now is that the US will try to get this back. Although I doubt it, as long as we maintain a strong military, then hopefully that will be enough of a deterrent. But okay, yes, so we only get a 61 now warmonger score, which is really great actually. Hey, I'm happy, it seems, okay, what did we get now? But we got more than we hoped for. What? I don't understand. What is the value? Can we just have a look at the value of certain things? So 15 for that, but 33 for the East Coast. What about a trade map? So the Deep South gives 1,700 GDP, while the East Coast gives 17,000, and they're willing to give that up. Look at our income at the moment, 16,000. I don't know, maybe it's a southern politician running the US right now. Doesn't make a difference for me. So we get now American in the group, and also more population, of course. Yes, of course they'll hate us right now. Political map. Well. Okay, let's run it and see what happens now. What's that? Stock exchange in Belgium has opened. Let's just see, is all of this still in order? We could always ask the US back now. I don't know if they'll accept, but maybe. And since they're weakened now, let's have a look at the UN. we're still where we are, and the US is still where it is, so it didn't hurt them that much. But I would imagine that it would. Let's have a look at I just want to go back to the score, or the overall statistics. Let's look at the GDP size. We're 8th now. So in the next UN shuffle, we should move up 4 places. Where's the US? Still 2nd, so they don't change really, but we do. We're now wealthier than France, India, Australia, Nigeria. Nigeria actually came up a lot in the world. They're 12th now. Another African success story. Well. I'm very pleased with this. Let's see our military at the moment. The losses and so on. We're still getting aircraft, but I think we need to replace some of our infantry. Trial. As part of our diplomatic offensive, perhaps we should bring justice to our generals and prominent officials suspected of war crimes. This should help us clear our name a lot. I think it's only fair if we have the action points, which we do at the moment, and it brings the warmonger down. So if anyone was guilty of a war crime, let them be punished. Let's get... not sure. Let's maximize out the infantry. Why not? Just make sure that we're in a position of strength and the US won't get any ideas. None of our allies want to leave us. But maybe we can just improve. Of course, we can't do anything. Peace treaty, Australia status, war between Russia and Poland. Thank goodness they decided to take on Poland, but what do they have at the moment, the Russians? Oh yes, look at that. Is that them? No, that's us. Global fundraisers, this is the microloans thing. It passed now, and now we're being asked to put our money where our mouth is, and we can get some score out of that, so let's do it. Action points is a problem. Russia, what's your military? 00000, irrelevant. Poland is just taking the chance again, even though their military is also 0. Good grief. Peasants fighting with pitchforks, more like. So I wonder how they decide now who's the victor if no one has a military. Oh well, good. Take on the Russians. Make sure they leave the Crimea alone. China status. War between Russia. Let's just clear all these messages. UK. Philippines bankrupt. Equatorial Guinea joined the bloc of Nigeria. War between the French and the Europe. This time the French are winning it. No, it's not. The Germans are still winning. A lot of bankruptcies. So yes, that the Europeans are winning by a long margin here. What's happening to the French? They're being totally gobbled up again. Only this time, instead of a blitzkrieg, the Germans are doing it piece by piece. Pakistan, forget about them. Still, India can't really make a breakthrough. So you can say that for Pakistan. Even though they're bankrupt, they're putting up a good fight there. So many wars. But we won. I think we won. I mean, at the end we settled with the US, but I see it as a victory. Look at what we got. Spy network China. Do it. We can't give them an advantage. Could we research something now? Doesn't look like it. Everything is still busy. Aircraft is done. Good. So we'll just leave them there. They're part of our Air Force, and hopefully now we can station a lot here. And that's undoubtedly India again, yes. Trying to pummel the Pakistanis into submission. Isn't this where Hampton Roads is as well? Like the US Naval Base or something on the East Coast? At least now we control that as well. So the false target generators are online, so we can get the commando actions. So better infantry attack, that will help us a lot. Estonia left Canada. 8 years until the end of history. Not really. I'm sure we can just keep playing, but I think we'll put that as our end for this series. Just because then that's sort of the end of the campaign, essentially. Even though it's really a big sandbox. Let's give some more microloans. It's only 20 action points. Do some good in the world. Morocco wants intelligence cooperation. I think we can do that. Not that we want to have a core on a neighboring province right now. But okay, money is not a problem. We could always do that against the other US states or regions. Sort of legitimate our claims. And India gets nuked. So I guess this means now we're not going to take the rest of Africa. We could finally just try to take Malawi. Do we have a core on them? No, we'll try. If it doesn't succeed, it doesn't succeed. We'll just see how it goes. And we're in the UN. That's so amazing. Let's propose some legislation. Never done that before. Let's just take care of all of these. Okay, just pause, have a look. Well, I think we want to be good with the environment, so let's do the dirty energy tax on anyone that's using the fossil fuels energy project. I think that's under economy. Yes, you see, we're maxed out on green energy, so we should punish those who still in the year 2092 use fossil fuels. So, okay, I think required support to pass will be 60%. Do it, propose it. 100 action points, do it anyway, let's see what happens. So yes, of course the US appears to be against that, and China and almost everyone, unfortunately. Austria is in favor, so is Nigeria. Well, we'll give them some time. I am so happy about this. Even more than the other planets and moons and things. Just to think South Africa's flag is flying over New York City. I'm sure the people there have an opinion about that. Cote d'Ivoire is bankrupt. It's irrelevant, essentially. Peace treaty between France and Germany. Let's see. Olympic Games. Yes, if we can, I want us to finish off with the Olympics. We'll spend all our action points now, but that'll be a nice way to finish the series and the campaign. Diplomatic missions, that's done. Let's just pause. I want to see what happened in Europe. Yep, so they took the Walloon region. Is that the Walloon or is that Picardy? No, I think this is Picardy. That's Normandy. So this is... But Walloon is in Belgium. Oh well, they took this northern part of France. So they're on the outskirts of... No, that is Picardy because this is central France. So they took Picardy and they're on the outskirts of Paris now. Good grief. Authoritarian, but so are the French. So you can't say they're the fascist ones now. Let's help with some more microloans. And we need a new project. Is there anything we can do to help the... Obviously, we're still doing the fight on... No, we're not, actually. Doing the fight unemployment. We need to look at that, but we are doing the post-war rebuild. Kamikaze, state of emergency. No step back. What's that? We need stuff, though. No. Uniques? Worldwide Super Academy. Yeah, of course, we can't get that. Guns are us. We need an arms production economy. Resources. We need huge exports. Green economy. I think we'll get this. Completely nature-friendly economy that causes no ecological scarcity. So that's just the final maximization of our green focus. Especially since we're the sponsor of the fossil fuel tax now. War between Mexico and the United States. I wonder who started that. Probably the US still. I mean, Mexico has no chance, so I don't think they would have started it. Mexico at war with United States. That does sound like Mexico started it. I don't know. Could be that they were trying to get back their territory now that the US is a bit weakened, but it's not enough to actually justify the war there. Green economy, activate that. And just wait for the Olympics. And there goes my clock again. Half an hour is over. So I think we'll just stop here. We have 7 years left for this series now. And pretty much we've met all of our goals. I wonder what will happen with Malawi. Maybe we'll make a last-ditch effort to take them over. Specifically because they're projecting here into our territory. And I think it will just be more secure if we have that. But beyond that, I think we're at the end now in terms of our expansionism. Then this is slowly closing. I don't know if we'll manage it. Maybe we could try another attack on the US once the peace treaty expires and claim something else. Let's just pay for the Olympics. And I'll leave it with that. I hope you've enjoyed. And if you live in the northeast of the US, welcome to the South African club now. Hope to see you next time. Have a fantastic day.